So Matthew McConaughey and Ed Milet did a good podcast, and Matthew McConaughey talked about how he balances those like checks and balances, and he brings those up all the time. One of the things he talks about is he uses like a debit credit system, for those. So like if he's working on a movie that's increasing his finances, he may know his friendship or fitness may like fall into the credit level. And so he plans that out in his schedule, right? Like maybe it's like a year-long movie, but then he shifts his gears, pulls those back up, right? And then he balances those out or brings them up to debit. Then maybe his movie star credit goes down a little bit because he's balancing those out. And so I always like that because he looks so much holistically, like years down the road, where a lot of people are so focused on like, how do I balance all these like today or like this week? Where when you really see that growth is when you're balancing it out like 6 months, a year, 3 years, 5 years. It sort of lets you breathe a little bit more, but it helps you understand how to really like control it.
Yeah, it's an investment. He's playing the long game.
Yeah.
Play the long game.
It's really hard to do now, especially with social media. Sometimes social media shows us like the fast way to do things, right? But it's not sustainable, like you mentioned, and it just doesn't help us get to the long game. And sometimes the long game is boring for people that are trying to get that change. They're like, wait, so you're telling me to live a great life, I have to watch what I eat, go move for like a couple minutes a day, drink water? Like that sounds horrible. I want something flashy, or exciting, but it's not really sustainable.
Embrace the suck. That comes from our world.
It's a good one. It's a good one.
And passion is always suffering at its beginning. There's an old Greek proverb that says, "Fate guides those who will, and those who won't, she drags." And so, if you intentionally start your developmental journey and your fitness, finances, future family, whatever that is, there is some discomfort. There's always resistance. Yeah. We refuse the call to adventure. Right? We always do, because no animal on the planet willingly, goes through adversity. And we're built to have that adversity brought to us. That's why we're inherently resilient creatures, like every other creature is. And we live in an era where we do not have any adversity. Nothing is hunting us. We have too much food. We have climate controlled rooms we're both sitting in. There's no adversity in the world, and we cannot survive without it. And so, part of your thing is you have something about doing hard things. Oh, get comfortable being uncomfortable.
Yeah,
you have to do that. We essentially have to go like, all right, I'm going to sign up to this thing, or I'm going to set this schedule, or I'm going to do this, track my macros, or whatever it is. Yeah, that's what makes us great.
Yeah, I think that's important that you hit it. Is you have to like physically make that change. Other than that, nobody's going to make you, or life will just let you stay complacent and comfortable, and you're not going to see any growth.